Hi everyone, welcome back to today's video. For today I wanted to do something really fun and show you kind of a different kind of quirky, crazy idea that maybe you would not have thought of on your own. Before we jump into today's project and talking all about what this is, I just wanted to remind you, make sure you are following me over on social media, so Instagram and Facebook. I post a ton of fun stuff there and you can keep up with me during the week when I am not posting videos. And all of the products that I'm going to be talking about today, you can purchase 24/7 just by going to littlemooncreation.stampinup.net. So let's go ahead and jump into today's project. So we're going to be using these celebration label dies and really using these as our focal point to make these cute little like place cards. They do have a bit of a rounded edge, but they have this little notch here. And so they actually sit, oh, you can't see that. They actually sit really, really nicely on a table. They'll like wiggle a little bit for a second like this one was just doing, and then they'll sit there and they'll be perfect. And they're so easy to put together, and if you have these materials, you already have all of this stuff at home. These dies are also really great. So they are originally designed to go over like a plastic, like a bag or something as like a little decoration for the bag, but it works really well for this. And so I wanted to share with you guys because it's a little bit of a quirky and different kind of idea and a different way to use your supplies. So let's go ahead and jump into making these. They are so stinking easy. I'm not even kidding. Like it's so easy. So to start, I'm going to grab my cut and emboss machine, and I'm going to grab my two dies that I'm going to be using first. So these are the dies from the, what is it? Celebration label dies. I just said that. I believe there are 5 or 6 dies in this set. And I believe these are the second and third smallest. So let's open this up. Yeah, so you have the small one, and then the next 2 sizes are the 2 that we're going to be using today. So with that being said, I'm going to grab my paper. Actually, let's grab our platform so we can start making our sandwich. And then I'm going to use my magnetic plate just because I had it on my desk already. If you are a magnetic plate, if you're having the issue with warping, just a tip that I do is I just kind of bend it and roll it for a few seconds before I use it. And that seems to help at least a little bit until we can figure out what exactly is going on there. So I am using a piece of cherry cobbler cardstock. And of the 2 dies, I'm using the larger one with my cherry cobbler. So we'll put that right there. And then I have a piece of this designer series paper. This is from the plaid tidings 6x6 stack. And so I'm going to be using that with the smaller of the 2 dies. I'm going to put my top plate on and start cranking. Oh, it would help if I put the other side down. Start cranking this through. Okay. The pieces come out super easy, just like that. Throw my dies across the room, apparently. And then there is our second piece. Move that over there for a second. We are going to use the die machine or the dies again in a second. But now you are left with these 2 pieces here. So I want to go ahead and prep these 2 pieces. So I'm going to grab my trimmer, and I'm going to be using this to cut and also to score. So I'm going to start with the cutting. I'm going to take the piece that we cut out using the plaid tidings set, or I'm sorry, the plaid tidings paper. And you can, hopefully you can see here, there's these little notches on either side of the label. You want to line that notch up with the groove of your cutter. So basically we're going to cut right where those notches are, is really what we're doing. And that gives us these 2 pieces. And so if you look at the sample, that's the little piece here that's going to go onto our little tag or nameplate or whatever you want to call it. So now I'm going to be scoring, and I'm going to use my cherry cobbler piece. I'm going to flip it upside down. And again, I'm going to line up the little notches with the groove of my trimmer. And then I'm going to use my scoring blade here, and I'm just going to score a couple times. Okay. And then when I flip it back over, I have this really, really nice groove, this really nice, pretty clean score line. So when I fold this in half to sit it up, it's gonna look beautiful. Okay, so now that we have those prepped, we can shove those off to the side. Let's get our name stuff prepped. So I have here a piece of our foam adhesive, our foam adhesive strips, as well as a piece of the brushed metal cardstock. This is the darker of the 3 colors that are in that pack. So beautiful, and you can see it just kind of adds that special little something to the your little name tag. So I am well aware that not everyone's names you're going to be able to fit on one of these little things. I'm well aware. If your name is longer, or somebody in your family's name is longer, like mine, my name is Lindsay. There was no way I was fitting Lindsay on this little thing right here. What I suggest doing is you can just cut this cardstock down into a smaller size, and then you can just use a fine Sharpie or permanent ink pen or something to write the person's name on there. It obviously doesn't give you the same effect, but I'm well aware that not everybody's name is going to fit on a little piece of paper just like this. So I'm going to show you this, but just know that that's an alternative if your names are longer than what will fit on the little name tag. So what I did was I cut down a piece of the foam adhesive as well as a piece of the cardstock. You always want to try to make sure that your cardstock is a little bit bigger than your foam adhesive piece, because you don't want any adhesive sticking out, because it'll stick to your plates when you die cut. So I just took off one of the carrier sheets. It doesn't matter which side you use from the foam adhesive. Both sides are exactly the same. You want to take off one side and then put that piece of cardstock down so that you now have the foam adhesive on the back. I am using, I'm using the Playful Alphabet dies here, and I'm just going to spell out my boyfriend's name, which is Tom, because it was short and sweet, and it's going to work out really nicely. So, going to bring back in my cut and emboss machine. I'm going to do the same sandwich as I did before. I'm going to set this piece down and then put all of my little letters on there. Stick my top plate down and then just crank it through. I do like to crank through twice with the foam sheets, just because it is a lot of thickness, and so it can really help to get a nice cut through. I do find that most of the time with the foam adhesive, I have a little bit of a difficult time popping them all the way through. Sometimes they pop out all the way through and sometimes they don't. So that's just something to note, because it does make the piece pretty thick. It can be a little difficult to pop out sometimes. So just something to be aware of. So let's go ahead and just start assembling this now. That's really what's left to do. So I'm going to grab my 2 pieces of cardstock, or my Designer Series paper, and my piece of cardstock. I'm just going to grab some regular old Stampin' Seal adhesive here. And I'm going to put it all on the back. And then I'm going to line this up right here in the middle of my piece of cherry cobbler. Just like that. And then I'm just going to take my letters here, and they should come out really, really easily. And I'm going to just line them up. Just like so. Super, super simple. Scooch that off to the side. Now I'm just going to fold this in half, because I already have that really nice crease line, and I'm going to use my bone folder to make sure that that's nice and creased. And that is it. That's our little name tag. And again, like I said, it seems like it would be a little wonky because it's curved, but it literally sits perfectly, and it'll like wobble for a second. but then it will level itself out and they'll sit there and be amazing. And they're just so stinking cute, so easy to do. And it's a great way to take some a die and some paper and stuff that you already have and we're already using for a different purpose and use it in a different way. So I really hope you guys enjoyed today's project. I absolutely love these. I will for sure be making them. I don't think I'm having anybody over to my house for Thanksgiving, but I'll just make them for myself and put them on my table and I'll sit there. I don't know. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this. As always, you can purchase all of the products that I've shared with you guys today just by going to littlemooncreation.stampinup.net. All of the specific products that I used for this project, including paper sizes and all of that, is always in the coordinating blog post, which is the first link in the description box below, or you can just go to littlemooncreation.com, which is my website, to see all kinds of fun stuff, past projects, this project, all kinds of fun things. So I hope you guys are having a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!